Hello, welcome to my video on how to do the comparative marking process. Okay, the main point of this is just to get you used to the idea of comparative marking and take you through the logistics, where to find stuff, and how to record your marks, and a little bit of an insight on how to do the process quickly and efficiently. Okay, so let's get started. Get rid of that. Okay, your first job in the comparative marking process is to go to the student resource folder, and in the assignment, you'll find my little spreadsheet. Okay, and my spreadsheet has your number that you received for the assignment. So that's the one in blue. Yeah, and everyone else's number. So you go to your number, okay, the one that you submitted your personal assignment under, and just check. I'll go 58, okay, and then you see the assignments that you mark. So I'm marking 32, 41, 29, 11, and 9 in my first round, and then I'll do 13, 28, 24, 43, and 51 in the second round. Okay, but for the first round, I'm just going to do the yellow ones. Okay, so what I do is I go to the student resource folder for Unit 1, Assessment Info, Assessment 1 Comparison, and here you'll find everyone's assignments. Okay, so they're all here for you to find, and you go to your numbers and pull them up. So say I had number 12, you'd show number 12. Okay. Now I've preloaded them into tabs, and this is the way I'd do it. I'd have the tab of each assignment that you're going to be looking up at the top. Okay, and that way you can order the tabs from best to worst as you want them, and then just chuck that into the Google Sheet that I'll show you after. Okay, now I want to say first up that all the assignments I've seen so far are very, very good, and the judgments on the video are not to belittle people or or make them feel bad. It's the sort of the fine judgment of where people can improve and how you can turn good to better. Okay, so looking at the assessments, want to look at the picture first. So this one is the Keith picture. Okay, they've done a really good job. It's a very solid piece of work. Okay, all the lines match up. The sunglasses are pretty good. There's a few straight lines and they're not as curvy as they should be. I like the mouth and the two circles. I think that's really good. And that little bit of a nose. And you think that if they had more time, they could have done a really fantastic job there. But I think it looks like time got the better of them to fill out the details of the face, which is cool. That's part of the intention of the assignment. Okay, looking through their equations, they've used a lot of perfect squares, and they've added numbers and then taken away numbers. I see what they've done. Cool. And then that equals, and then they've restricted the domain and range well, which is cool. And they've labeled it in folders for Sunny's, Keith's Head. It's like a really efficient way of doing stuff. Okay, which is really good to see. I like the fold. I think the folders are a great idea. Cool. Okay. And their statement reads pretty well. If you're given more time, Yeah, cubics and those harder equations, because you're less familiar with them, just that beat harder to get in, which is part of the design of the assignment. But no, this is a very solid effort. Okay, cool. This is the second one. And the main thing I'm just looking here is comparing it to the first one. Now, they've got more lines on the page, and it's a more complete picture. And I really like what they've done with the sunglasses. I think that's very, very funky. The lines around the eyes are really good. You can see the mouth is pretty well developed. I like the way the curves meet up. Okay, and even when they don't, it is quite a funky artistic choice. Okay, the hair makes sense. The hand must have been very hard to do, but overall, that's a really solid effort. They've also used quite complex equations. Everyone seems to be a big fan of the quadratic just by having the perfect square. They're very good at the y equals, x equals, playing around with the roots is good. Straight lines. Wow, they've got into sine waves, which is cool. Okay, that goes a little bit beyond the course. They've used point labels, which is really good. They've hit the circles, and they've even created what looks like a little bit of ellipse on the blue one. I wonder if we can see where that is. Ah, yeah, cool. I think those blue ones around the eyes, and they've used it to widen the ellipse, it looks like. And they've coloured it in effectively, and they've used two equations to restrict domain and range, so less than, greater than. Okay, overall, I'm very impressed with this. Cool. Okay, so I think this one is a little bit better than the first one. Okay, they're both very solid efforts, but I'm moving this one up to number one. Okay, and I just go through like this for each one. Read the new one, have a look at where you think it will fit in the ranking system, and go, is it better than, is it better than, is it better than, and then when you need to, stop. Okay, next one. This again is a very solid effort. Okay, it's got some good circles. I like Bart's nose. It all matches up and is very precise. Okay, someone's taken a lot of care and attention to get the lines right, which is really good to see. Okay, it's not as complete as I'd like it, and it doesn't use a huge variety of equations, but it's very complete. And sorry, it's not very complete, but it's very well matched. So someone's got a very good eye for attention to detail. They again have labeled stuff, which is good to see. Yeah, that's fair. It is disheartening not to complete it. I don't want to give the game away, but nobody was meant to do the complete job in an hour. This was designed to be a very difficult task so I could get a stagger that we could all see, and so that the people that could get a lot down efficiently and really knew their lines could show that sort of skill and quality. Okay, but overall, again, I think this is a very good one. I'm happy with it behind the Keith and Glasses one, just because I think this is A, that little bit more complete, and B, for memory, uses a slightly better variety of equations. Okay, now we've got Lisa. Okay. Again, this is very good. Okay, they've got a lot of equations down. I like that curved line for the dress on that side. Like you can see the straight one looks a little bit out of place because the curved one here is just so good. What would that be? That'd be x equals something or other. I just want to see if they've got the hole in the line. Like if they've done two domain and range restrictions. That would be very impressive. Cool. Okay, again, a very solid job. You look at the way too, they've used a lot of parabolas and flattened them out accordingly, which is good to see. They've used the y equals ones, sorry, the x equals ones as well. If you could get Lisa's ear to dress in one parabola and just restrict, that would be exceptionally impressive. It kind of looks like that, but they're clearly different lines, which is cool. I'm impressed. I think this again, this is where it's a difficult decision between this and the Keith. Yeah, they've done. It's interesting too, the different ways people solve problems. This person's done a lot of numbers in front of the x squared to make the quadratic like that, whereas this person has made it equal some fraction of y, which does the same job. Like you either times the entire front by some number or times the what it equals by some number. That is a difficult call. I think I'm just going to have to go that slightly ahead of the Keith. And it's largely just because they've done such a great job on A, the lines of the dress. I'm just really impressed with that. And B, the pearls, the domain and range restriction, getting that much done on the pearls, the person must really know circles and be competent with that. Okay, next we've got Bart. This is the Bart before, cool. And then another Bart, cool. Okay. And this is a quality job as well. Okay, a lot of straight lines, then into the circles. They've done the parabola, set it equal to x, which is good. Okay, that understanding of x and y. Yeah, I think while this is done, they've used a lot of equations to get a very good match to the face, whereas this has gone the broad to get more, but it's not really lined up as well as the other one. Cool. Okay, so I'm happy with that order. Okay, again, I just want to stress this. Like 21 is what I'm ranking the lowest of the 5, but I still think it is a very good effort. Does that make sense? Hopefully. Like this, I'd still imagine in the world of sort of grades would be a C. Yeah, this is a very competent effort. They've shown they know equations, they know how to manipulate them, they know how to do it to time, they know how to use them to draw a drawing that resembles stuff. This is a very competent job. Okay, unfortunately, or fortunately, there are more competent jobs in the set. Okay, with that said, my numbers, I'll bring up the, cool, so this is the Google form you've got to fill out. I'm certain you'll have seen these sort of things before. Okay, what you do is you chuck in your name. I'll be in my line for, actually I'll be in Keith's class. Why not? Okay, the video I want to rank best was, oh sorry, the assignment I want to rank best. The numbers go, what were the numbers? So 11, 41, 32, 9, and 21. 11, 41, 32, 9, 21. This is how I do it. Once you've got your order, just chuck them in. Cool. Okay, so I've got my rank order. I've checked it's right. Next. Cool, and there's a space for comments. I will pass these on to the people that, to you all. So sort of be nice, be constructive. But yeah, this is the process. I'll type the comments sort of outside of the video. But main thing is that you have a go. Any questions, queries, or problems, please ask for help, and I'll take you through anything you don't know. But otherwise, happy ranking.